Hey everybody, it's me. We're back with more Royal Place Minecraft. Last time we did some work on the house, we talked about a bunch of stuff. This time it's gonna be the same. We also got diamonds and... Let me... Hold on. So a friend of mine made me a custom skin based on my Sona. It's as good as you can get within Minecraft's limitations, and I really appreciate it. He did a good job with it. But anyways, okay. I can't. I can't stop laughing. Oh, okay, okay. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry about that. Those shits are really funny. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more work on the house. I'm gonna do a little more exploring. We have some diamonds, so I guess I should make use of them. Make a pickaxe or two. Just one. Save it for, like, you know, when I absolutely need it. Something I really like doing in Minecraft is I just get a bunch of stone pickaxes and save my good ones for when I absolutely need them. I mean, I imagine that's something a lot of people do, but it's always been something that it's always been something that I've been doing just to, you know, conserve resources. Because I know the game technically has infinite resources, or functionally infinite resources, because, like, no way you're gonna leave a Minecraft world completely stripped of resources in your lifetime, with how absolutely friggin' massive this game is in terms of, like, physical scope. But, you know, I prefer to play it safe. Because finding new resources can be a bit of a pain, and this almost looks like a whole chunk was carved out. Good grief, you don't see many straight lines like this in Minecraft's world generation. I like that we have lush caves. I really hope they add more cave biomes, because, like, the lush caves was a great step. Like, it was a fantastic step in the right direction, for sure. I do not have any torches. I should rectify that issue. I would love to see, like, a skulk-themed biome that's, like, purely just skulk blocks, maybe custom blocks for the skulk. You know, just like, maybe, like, some extra mobs related to the skulk as well. Maybe, like, infested zombies, infested skeletons, etc., etc. You know, kind of lean into the fact that the skulk is kind of an infestation, because something that I feel like a lot of people don't touch on is the fact that it is effectively an infestation that feeds on death. And I feel like they could do a lot more with that and make it a primary threat. Hello. Didn't think that was going to go well, did you? Or go that way. Go poorly for you. I tried to taunt him, and it just didn't come out right. I really need to stop doing that. But yeah, I'd love to see the skulk given more focus in a lot of places in the underground. Oh, hello! Spider Home Scotty. Oh, this is not looking good. This is looking very bad. Also, maybe, let me think. Because there's got to be, like, plenty of ideas. Maybe, like, a marble biome or something, kind of like what Terraria has. Or, oh. More underground ruins, maybe, like underground housing, an underground village, which, I mean, the ancient city exists. But maybe, like, a straight-up underground village could be fun. Where, like, villagers live. Thank you, Mr. Creeper. Very cool. That could actually be a really cool thing. It reminds me, I once found this... Weird. I once found this, this village that was, like, literally inside a ravine. I mean, it was super janky because, like, Minecraft is not meant to generate that. Like, it was a complete fluke in the world gen, but the concept was really cool. Ravine villages. Ravines could definitely use some work. I feel like they're not as cool as they used to be. I still think they're neat, but, you know, it's not quite what it was. Feels like in a lot of ways Minecraft is just too streamlined nowadays. I'd love to see some more, as if to prove my point, you know, like, I gotta see if there's, like, some way to reduce the spawn rate of certain ores, because, like, it really, I touched on this in the previous video, but it really doesn't feel like finding diamonds is as special as it used to be. Like, it feels like the progression of the game is a lot more fast-paced, and I don't know, I think Minecraft is at its best when it's kind of a slow burn experience, you know. You're sticking in one tier for a good amount of time. Like, obviously, it's a balance you have to learn. Like, for example, I've hit the part in Pal World where the game is just grinding to a halt in terms of progression and how effectively you can progress through the game in a timely manner. So, like, there is, and, like, I'm enjoying the game still, but that is definitely a negative. I found that, like, late game is just a grind fest. So, like, there is definitely a way to do it wrong, quote-unquote. But I really do think Minecraft could stand to, like, have progression take longer in some way. Even if that was just, like, adding more tiers of gear, you know? Like, the netherite thing was really cool. Adding netherite was a great idea, and I'm glad they did that. Also, I am probably about to die here. I hear a skeleton. I hear a lot of very nasty things. I tell you what, the deep dark is pretty dangerous, especially when you don't have any armor whatsoever. Might as well grab this redstone. Yeah, netherite, adding netherite was a great step in the right direction, because it adds more to do with the game's progression. Minecraft is really good at, like, giving you freedom and giving you, like, a huge sandbox. But I feel like it could stand to have more progression elements in terms of, like, power, player power. Like, maybe they could borrow the loot system from Minecraft Dungeons and have, like, special, unique weapons that spawn in dungeons that you can go out and find. That would actually be a good way to incentivize looking through dungeons and, like, doing them. And also, ideally, make dungeons a little more involved. Like, the Stronghold and the, what was it called? The Undersea Temple thing. Oh, more diamonds. Those are great. I love those. Because they're more in-depth dungeons. You know, you have to actually explore them to find your objective. And there's stuff to find there. Adding, like, some kind of, like, a dungeons update could actually be really cool. Add new dungeons to explore, make the current ones a little more in-depth and varied, you know. Give PvE players something to work with, dude. Like, the whole, like, combat loop of Minecraft is, like, it feels like there's very little to do in terms of fighting that's actually worthwhile. And it'd be nice if we could get a balance for that. I don't know. I mean, there is a mod that adds, like, literal dungeons loot to Minecraft, which is a good mod. I like it. But, you know, it's... Oh. Did not mean to fall down here. Oh, there we go. Okay, game. Calm your jets. But I'd like to see a similar system implemented into Minecraft proper. I don't know. I say I don't know a lot as a finisher, like, and I really need to be more confident in what I'm saying, because I probably don't sound very confident when I say that stuff, you know? But I do genuinely think Minecraft could do a lot better in terms of, like, the PvE department. Heck, maybe make it so that when you, like, get these special, like, items, these special weapons and stuff, you can, like, upgrade them through an upgrade system of sorts. Of course, there's also the durability. That actually reminds me. When is Mojang going to add a game rule for item durability? I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist, does it? Like, I don't think that game rule exists. I kind of wish it did. Because, like, I get that Minecraft is a survival game, first and foremost. It's a survival sandbox. Resources dwindling and you having to go out and collect more is... Oh, crap. Oh, crap! I'm dead. I'm so dead. Yep, there it is! Oh my gosh. But you know, crafting gear to replace destroyed gear, it's a staple of the genre. I understand that. But I would like a way to turn that off, just as an option, you know? Ideally, if that was a game rule that you could, like, toggle, it would be a case of, like, you can't get unbreaking enchantments on anything in that world. That would probably be a good way to go about it. Also, more storage upgrade. It just feels like... It feels like Mojang is more focused on adding stuff to fill out the world and make it feel more alive than giving players stuff to actually do. Like, imagine, you know, higher tier chests. That'd be cool. Remember when they used to add, like, you know, mods into the game to some degree? Like, Piston started as a mod, Ender Chest started as a mod. You know, they used to do that. And they don't anymore. I don't understand why. You're leaving money on the table, Mojang. You're leaving good PR on the table, because you could really use some right now. Especially after the recent things they've been dealing with, the controversies and stuff. The fan base kind of getting sick of Mojang's garbage. I genuinely believe the yearly update schedule was like the worst thing to happen to Minecraft. Because it puts so much restrictions. So much restrictions. That's not good English. It's so many restrictions on the developers that they don't need to have to deal with. I could do something really funny here. We do a little trolling. I really wish, like, someone clearly is calling the shots on that decision. Could be someone within Mojang. It could be someone within Microsoft. It could be anyone, really. It bothers me a lot. Because if whoever's doing it, they need to stop. Just let the developers spend more than a year working on an update. Yes, it would mean less frequent updates, but the updates we would get would feel a lot more substantial. Imagine if Caves and Cliffs had come out as one single update, because the developers were allowed more than a year to work on it. Can you imagine how amazing that would have been? It would have been a god-tier update. People would have been, like, giving Mojang all kinds of praise that they would deserve. But instead, the Caves and Cliffs update had to be split over 3 updates before we got all the content because of the yearly release schedule not giving them time to make sure everything was working properly. And it sucks. Like, Terraria's development team, I think, is the best example of what happens when you take your time on an update. Because originally, the 1.4.5 update for Terraria was supposed to just be, you know, small quality of life changes, adding in their part of the Dead Cells collab, you know, all that stuff. But over time, it morphed in scope and got bigger and bigger until the developers ended up creating just an insanely huge update with all kinds of changes and new features that are going to positively impact the game going forward. You don't hear about that happening with Mojang because they don't have the opportunity to. And, like, just to be clear, I don't mean to sound like I'm just like, oh, it's not Mojang's fault. It's never Mojang's fault. They've made some bad decisions. The mob vote sucks. The whole thing with the Fireflies was ridiculous. They are very capable of doing wrong, and they have done wrong. But the yearly release schedule, whoever's enforcing them on that is a jerk of just major proportions that does not understand how supporting a game should work. Content updates should not be a drip feed. They should be substantial, especially in a game as big as this. That is supposed to constantly be getting bigger. It feels like, I don't know, maybe they'd be able to implement more if they were given like 2 years. A 2-year development cycle for an update would be a long time. Like 2 years maximum, I mean. That would be a while, but the updates we'd get would be so much better, dude. Anyways, I'm currently making a wheat farm. I imagine someone already figured that out from my actions. But I don't know. The whole situation just sucks, and I hope the folks at Mojang are able to come to some sort of compromise in the future. I don't understand why some people go out of their way to harass the developers at Mojang. Look, feeling dissatisfied with the way they've been handling their flagship game is completely valid. I just think it's important to look at all the outside factors, and I don't think harassing them is at all productive. The best that that's going to accomplish is that developer is going to feel like garbage for a little while after that. The worst it can accomplish, they're just straight up going to shut down their social media account because of all the vitriol that's being flung their way for no reason other than people failing to realize that calling developers names on social media is not going to fix the upper management problems. It doesn't solve anything. Now, I do believe that sometimes developers are capable of doing wrong. That is a thing that has happened and a thing that will happen every now and again. I don't believe in the idea that developers are always innocent. You know, I don't believe in that, because developers are people. Developers are capable of doing bad things. Like, the entire reason, the reason Activision Blizzard was such a nightmare to work for was partially because upper management did nothing about the harassment. But that harassment was taking place because of people within the company, because of developers who were horrible people. It wasn't just the upper management's fault that was going on for so long. The fact that it was happening at all was on the people who were doing it. But I don't entirely buy the idea that Minecraft's developers are bad people who are just lazy or whatever. Some of the memes can be pretty funny, I'll admit that, but memes are not accurate to how life really works. I'm just going to get as many seeds as I can, then plant them all. What else is there to talk about? Let me think. Oh, so am I the only one who wants a, because you know all those games that have been like, oh, it's aesthetically inspired by this game, or this game, or this game from, like, the PlayStation 1 era, or the N64 era, or, you know, the Nintendo, the NES era, or the Super Nintendo era, blah, 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 blah. When are we going to start getting games that are inspired by stuff like Luigi's Mansion, and Wario World, and Super Mario Sunshine, and Spyro and all that kind of stuff, like games from like the GameCube and PS2 era. Heck, you know what? If they ever make like a sequel to Pizza Tower, it should totally be a Wario World style, like 3D platformer beat 'em up kind of deal. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. That would be such an easy W for the for McPig, because I've been playing Wario World. It's good. It's actually really good. I've been streaming it over on my Twitch, if you're curious. And we've been having a good time. I'm probably going to make like a highlights video on it. I was going to stream it earlier today as I'm recording this, but then I got hit with a really bad, like, depressive spell, and that just put the kibosh on any plans. Because streaming while depressed is not my idea of a good time. I just wanted to relax. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm recording Minecraft today. And I want to say I'm really happy for the positive reception the series has gotten. Like, I really do appreciate it a lot. Because honestly, when I started this series, I thought, okay, this is going to be a small little thing I do on the side that not many people are going to care about, but it's a good way to get, you know, content out on my channel more frequently. And people have been supportive of it. People have been really enjoying it. And I really appreciate all that. I genuinely do. It means so much. In fact, we actually recently hit... Also, I think I heard a witch. That's a problem. We recently hit 3.4k subs, which is great. Another 600 to go before I hit 4,000. The fact that the more time I spend on YouTube, the more it looks like I might actually have a chance here. It's humbling. Genuinely. So, like, from the bottom of my heart, everyone who's ever, you know, liked a video or commented on it or subscribed or even just watched a video, like, thank you. Genuinely. I feel like my life is better because of y'all. And I actually... Something cool is that I was in a random Discord and I got recognized by an artist I really like. And they said, hey... I know you. You're Royal from YouTube. You know, I really like your music, you know. And I'm like, that just happened. And it just reminded me why I do this in the first place. Because I want people to enjoy what I make. I want to make things that people will like. And knowing that someone drew enjoyment from my work and actually hearing it directly from them after having just met them it was a really nice feeling, and I was very happy about that. I think, like, there's two big reasons why I like content creation. I like making things, and I like showing things to people, and I like it when people like my stuff, or at the very least see potential in it and want me to become the best version of myself in terms of what kind of creations I make. You know? But yeah, that was nice. I would rather not name the artist for personal reasons. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want to be named. I'm willing to respect their privacy if they so desire. Parents are watching Looney Tunes downstairs, so if you hear that over the mic, that's why. That reminds me, actually. So I have complete confession. I have only ever watched an episode of SpongeBob once. And it was when I was in my 20s. It was the chocolate episode. I refused to watch it as a kid because I thought it looked annoying, and I am kicking myself for that decision nowadays. Because, oh my goodness, SpongeBob is the funniest thing ever. It was hilarious. I had a stupid smile on my face the whole way. It was glorious. Yeah, I need to watch more episodes of SpongeBob because it looks like such a friggin' funny show. And I really wish I'd grown up with it. Okay, so I think it was like... No? Oh, Bruh. Oh my god. Okay, good thing I left this going. Let's try that again. Okay. Nope, that's not the thing you want to put down, Royal. That's a random piece of cobblestone. If I'd watched SpongeBob as a kid, it would have been very influential on me in terms of my sense of humor. I can tell. Oh, well, live and learn. Oh, speaking of live and learn, Sonic Movie 3. I'm really excited for that. I cannot wait for the trailer to drop. They confirmed that live and learn is actually going to be in the movie, and I'm really happy about that. Because it looks like it's going to be a Sonic Adventure movie. Sonic Adventure 2 movie, rather. And that is exciting, because I grew up with that game. I do remember someone saying that, like, they should do Metal Sonic next instead of Shadow, and honestly, I think Metal Sonic should be saved for last. Also, the Knuckles series looks really good. I swear if that guy that used to work for Robotnik is named Snively, I'm going to lose it. That would actually be the funniest thing ever. Like, that's what Snively looks like in the movie universe. Oh my gosh. Sega, y'all have the chance to do the funniest thing ever. So now I just gotta knock out the roof and finish up this little bit. Yes, while I'm waiting, I can head back into the mines and just go do that for a bit. No harm in not doing that, right? Find some more stuff. Should I make armor? Yes. Will I? No. Oh, what else can I talk about? What else? Oh, Inside Out 2. That looks good. I'm really excited. Inside Out used to be like in fact, I think it still is my favorite movie just ever. Because it's like a very nuanced and mature movie. Despite being a kid's film, it portrays the emotional spectrum in a way that's understandable to children while also working for adults, and it does a good job of, like, you know, pointing out that, like, you know, every emotion has its place. You shouldn't have to be happy all the time, you know, and you shouldn't expect it to be. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. And honestly, that message can hit very hard for some people. Like, I don't understand people who get upset over other people, like, crying or whatever, like grow some thicker skin or whatever. No. Everyone has the thresholds for what makes them sad. Everyone is emotionally different. And we should show sympathy. We should be kind, you know? Just be kind. You don't know what someone's gone through. You cannot and will not ever know that person's struggles unless they explicitly tell you about. Never assume someone is like you on a mental or emotional level. Everyone is wired differently. And there is nothing wrong with them being upset by things that don't upset you, and vice versa. There's nothing wrong with you being upset by things that do not upset other people. Because that's just part of being human. We respond to different things in different ways. And there's no universal rule for what is or isn't okay to have a negative reaction to. I mean, that's obviously within reason. Like having a negative reaction to innocuous things or positive things, that like explicitly positive things or whatever. Like, I can understand feeling weird about that, but like, people respond to different situations in different ways, you know? And I personally think it is very irresponsible to mistreat people for being sad about something that you're not sad about. To give an example, I am immensely triggered by cat death in media. And there's a few reasons I can point to as potentially being why. Growing up, we used to live in a neighborhood that was like, or it was a cul-de-sac actually, that was like right next to open prairie land where there would be coyotes and stuff. And pets went missing all the time around there. And we got like a ton of cats, and they just always went missing eventually. We didn't get another cat, like, eventually we just stopped getting pets, and we didn't get another one until after we'd moved to a safer neighborhood. And then one of our cats, Mittens, nearly died due to a negative reaction to some flea medication of some kind. I think it was like over the counter. I'll ask my dad about it if it was over the counter and like what brand it was, but it's definitely one to avoid because I've heard horror stories about it. But it nearly killed him, and then from that day forward, poor Mittens was an incredibly skittish cat. He was afraid of everything and everyone. It was very rare that he would show affection, because he would usually just avoid people. I genuinely think that stuff traumatized him. And then, years later, we lost him due to some complications with his back. He had to be put down. So that sucked. But yeah, I genuinely think in some capacity I was traumatized by all of that happening during my childhood. Losing so many pets, so many cats, that it led to me having an inherently negative reaction to any cat dying in media. And I just want to say to the people who run that website, Does the Dog Die? You people are heroes. Like, for example, one show I can't watch is Arcane. Because the first episode, a cat dies in a horrible way. And it's like, it's just so... And Harley Quinn. Can't watch that. Bruce Wayne's cat dies. Gets eaten by a zombie. It's like... It's come to the point where if you kill off a cat in a piece of media, then I'm just inherently I'm inherently inclined to write off your entire body of work because I just resent your writing immediately. And that is it perhaps an over-the-top response? Maybe. But it's the response I have because of the things I've been through and the things I've witnessed and experienced. Everyone responds to trauma differently. Everyone responds to stimuli differently. This episode got sad. Well, with all that being said, I'm just going to mine up this diamond vein, and I'm just going to call it here, I think. Make my way back to the house in the meantime. Thanks to everyone who came along for the ride. I hope you all had a good time. I'm sorry if that got a little too depressing for your tastes. I understand if so. And if you would rather I not talk about stuff like that in future, please let me know. But, without further ado, I guess that's going to be the end of the episode. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe out there, everybody. Goodbye.